I understand that you're involved with an organization here in California that does quite a bit of interesting work. Tell us what that is.
It's the Silicon Valley Space Center, which is a nonprofit geared towards connecting entrepreneurs with the new space industry. And the new space industry consists of a lot of these novel companies that are coming out, such as Virgin Galactic, Aston Space Systems, Xcore, certainly SpaceX. And our view is that in the new space industry, we have developing supply chains, and those supply chains are opportunities for entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs can think about where they can add value in a service or a product that's part of the ecosystem. And it's up to the entrepreneur to figure out, gee, is there a market? Is there a product? And we try to help them sort of put that whole package together.
So what sort of companies have you worked with, and what sort of collaborations have you been able to put together?
Well, one of the collaborations that we just recently worked on is, we're still working on, is a company called Vital Space, and it's about bringing current generation wireless medical technology into the suborbital and orbital environment. We recently did a series of flights on NASA's Flight Opportunities program in partnership with a group called Astronauts for Hire. And the CEO of the company, Ravi Komatareddy, is an MD from the Scripps Institute down in San Diego. Our chief technologist is Patty Barrett, who's also part of the Institute. He's a cardiologist. And we've kind of helped shape that whole package such that it can kind of connect up to both the industry and some of the existing opportunities, like NASA's Flight Opportunities program. It was a great flight series that we did. We took a existing device provided by Sotera Electronics, and Sotera is a EKG sensor package that was very compact, and we went through a number of scenarios and deploying the sensors and packaging it up and monitoring our subjects. Astronauts for Hire served as our test subjects for this, and it all worked out very well. We're actually in the process of delivering the final report to NASA on this. And the Flight Opportunities helped a lot by providing the platform, the zero-G vehicle, that enabled us to do these measurements. And the reason they do that is because these technologies have to play into the NASA roadmap. So you have kind of a dual approach where you're serving both the new space industry and you're serving NASA's needs. That's why NASA will make those opportunities available to people, because it addresses the NASA agenda. But our longer view is to the developing suborbital and orbital manned spaceflight community. So that was one program that we've worked on.
So what other ways are you trying to further the development of manned spaceflight?
Oh, well, I would say it's manned spaceflight and then some other areas. I mean, for manned spaceflight, I think that there's a great opportunity. The real inflection point of the industry is going to be all of the people that are going to fly on the Virgin Galactic vehicle. They've already got, I think, over 500 tickets sold. And what happens is that whole influx of people, as they experience the suborbital spaceflight program, will come away with a better understanding of the industry, and then who knows where it's going to go. In working with Astronauts for Hire, part of the Vital Space program, we're focused on the training, because I know, having done the zero-G experience, I'm more prepared to do a suborbital experience, having already done, our flight. We did 4 flights with 40 parabolas per flight. So that's a fair amount of time, and you kind of get your zero-G legs, if that's what you can say. So I think our own direct experience in the microgravity programs helps you understand, well, here's what's really going to happen on a suborbital flight. We also have some companies that are focused on not just manned space flight, but also technology areas. I'm working with a group called Positron Dynamics, headed up by Ryan Weed, who is a recent PhD from Australia. And that company is focused on the development of moderators for positron production. And you can use positrons as a way of analyzing materials, people as medical diagnostics, and then through that program we had also submitted a proposal to NASA's Institute for Advanced Concepts on a positron engine development. So we're still waiting to hear on the NIAC, as it's called, proposal decision, but it's a great effort. We got a good chunk of funding from the Thiel Foundation here in San Francisco, and the Positron Dynamics Group is setting up a lab in Menlo Park, right across from the tech shop. So those are two big areas that are moving forward. We also have a SBIR effort with the Aero Institute here in San Francisco to look at CubeSat ranging technologies. And this is where if you have formation flying of CubeSats, how can you ping them with an RF signal in order to figure out how they're distributed, so to serve as a sort of a measuring engine if you're doing formation flying or just wanted to assemble a large number of CubeSats and know where they are so that you could coordinate their data collection or aperture synthesis.